So let us start. So this today we are going to start a new module on customer analytics. So today we are going to talk about customer analytics. Next day also, last date also. So two sessions are for customer analytics. So why do we use this term customer analytics? Wow, what is so special about it? How to distinguish it from other types of analytics? One key thing that identify, I understand, is that when we use customers as unit of analysis and decision making, then we get into the zone of customer analytics. When unit of analysis is a product or a brand or price or promotion or salespeople, so then we do not go for customer analytics as such. When we start seeing things from the perspective of customers, their behavior, their transactions, the relationship, engagement, customer engagement, and many more things, then we get into the zone of customer analytics, and which is a rich field. I hope that you are aware, because last day someone of you were showing a very rich kind of chart actually. So you, all of us are aware, I think, something on or other thing about customer analytics. So, but it is different. It's somewhat different from other types of data analysis that we have to recognize. The customer analytics is different thing. So, a field of study has emerged, which is called CRM, Customer Relationship Management, which talks about marketing management by thinking in terms of customer acquisition, customer retention, customer development, customer profitability, and around that large many metrics are there. So the way we handle customers has to be different when we actually keep the hat of customer relationship management and customer analytics. So customer is a unit of analysis. Data generated are generated by the customers. To be good at being to be good at customer analytics, we need to capture a lot of data of customer, large many types, different ways of types of data, and then we have to last. Next day we'll be talking about data capturing and other things. But today we will be talking about a pivotal aspect of customer analytics, pivotal aspect which was discussed by some of you in the initial first two sessions. So some idea came about customer valuation, CLV. So today we are going to talk about CLV in little more detail. We are going to talk about. We'll try to understand. I hope that all of you know what is CLV and might be working as well on this CLV. Your company might be doing CLV thing or not, or our company might be doing, but you might not be doing, or you might be interested in learning about CLV. Any of these things. So what is your, because some people were found to be experts. Somebody told me that she is in some advertising industry or she has done a lot. I do not think I'm finding her today, who was she, and yeah, in this list I am not able to find. Let me see if there is someone else. Okay, anyways. Okay, so all of us are here. So what is your, I would like to take some opinion. So do you know what is CLV? If you don't know, I can give you an idea, overview. Well, still, I would like to know something, somebody, because last day somebody volunteered, that was excellent. If somebody would like to speak something about CLV or customer lifetime valuation, why should we go about doing that? That's good for nothing formula. Saptarsi has to. Don't know. That's good. I'm going to discuss. You don't know. That is good for me. I have something to discuss.
Sir,
That.
just to explain, hello.
Voice is breaking. So it is loud enough, but it is breaking.
Sir, how much revenue the customer is providing us in due course of time can be considered as customer lifetime value? Simple words. How many repeat orders he's giving, on which frequency he's giving, what is the amount of the value of the purchase he's doing?
Yes,
that is the brief of what customer lifetime value is.
true. All of us. So do you do CLV in your company or your in your requirement? Do you do that?
Sir, in our company, most of the customers are new customers. So we have very small amount of repeat customers. So 80 to 85% of the customers are new customers.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Right? It's good. We have to understand that using is also important. Knowing the formula is like one thing, but using it is also important. So we also have to find a scope that can we discuss in a way which can be used. Because many people know it. I doubt if they use it or not. If computer throws a CLV value at them, they might be interested or inclined to see it. But how seriously I may not understand actually. That's there. But if we understand it well, we may be able to use it and we may be able to give more respect to it and we may be able to understand its rules and other things also. Revenue generated from a customer. All right. So that's good. But the person was there, so Asta was there, I guess. Anyways, we have to move along. So let's give me a broad overview of this thing and use a classic whiteboard in new things keep emerging as it's totally it's sharing and not continue sharing screen will close the whiteboard for everyone. Do you want to continue sharing? It will close. If I say continue, then what is going to happen? Let me see. No, nothing happened. Okay. Okay, can I close whiteboard? Okay, I have closed whiteboard and I have extend this way. Identified as multiple displays are there. That's correct. And if I am sharing it, why is that is not working this way? Just let me what allows us share. It's fine. I'm sharing it. Good, but why is not going in that way? Okay. Need I take it
So it's
this way?
asking us to leave this meeting and join again.
No, I have used additional technology now. Today, I have added some extra technology at my desktop, believing that it is going to help. I am going to address it. No, it's not an issue. I'll be writing on this and let me see if I can do any good thing with this. Suppose if I am going to share it, why this screen is not coming this side? Okay. Ah, so the technology gone wasted. In the meantime, it failed. I think I connected two terminals for my use, but one of the terminal is not responding anyways. What to do? Okay, the key term. Wait, now this has come this side. Good. It's totally confused. Anyway, let me see then. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me disconnect with this thing. It will take just a second and nothing more. Okay. Yeah. Done. Okay. That's done. And now I have no issue. Yeah. Yes. Now where is my thing actually? I have no idea why it is getting so confused. We have to switch it off. Oh God, this meeting is being recorded. Okay, I clicked in okay. What else they want? Why my PPT is not shared? Stop share. This technology is unusual. It's creating a lot of
People think that
uh, uh This is forcing me to do things actually.
The
I
owner of the whiteboard only allows sharing with users with the same organization. This is the
No,
error
no,
service we're
all,
getting.
all things are correct. Before settling down to work, I checked all these things. Yeah, so yesterday I practiced everything I did, and right now it is creating problem. At the mean, exactly at the well, now where is the pen here? Now I have to have the pen actually. PPT I am bringing in, it is not allowing me, and is what this. Yeah, I will not be able to write then or what? Let me see. Let me see. I'm not going to take much time because it's a night while and no pen is visible to me. Okay. No pen is visible to me so that I can write. My marker is here, is not responding. I am closing the whiteboard and again I am trying to share the PPT. My PPT is on the background, it is not visible. So I may not be able to write and it will be too but very terrible actually. I do again.
Do you want to, just drop from the meeting and again join? Like, will that help?
I do not think so. It is going to work here. One last time, yeah, this PPT is visible to you, but the
Yes.
PPT has gotten on the background and it is not coming forth forward. So it's not coming forward and it is creating problem for me. Yeah, it's all jumbled, all things gotten jumbled. Anyways, I have to do with whatever I have. Okay, so let me start. Don't want to waste your time. See, customer lifetime valuation. Customer, we all know who is a customer. Lifetime, the meaning is that we are not investigating transactions. We are investigating a lifetime. Lifetime, it has a time. It has multiple purchases, multiple transactions. So we use CLV when we have multiple transactions. Multiple transactions. So rightly said by Mayank that he has a lot of new customers. So why to use CLV? Because new customer will engage in only single transactions. So CLV gone wasted. Yes, then you will be thinking something else. That's true. However, there's another term which is very interesting that we need to understand that I wanted to explain. And that term is valuation. Valuation. So this valuation, this term has a very technical meaning. It is taken from financial management. In financial management, experts talk about valuation. So valuation means someone is talking about investment. Someone is talking about future returns. We value property. We value share prices. We value gold, commodities. Why? Because we buy those commodities, shares, and properties today, and we expect that in future some return will happen, and that is why valuation happens. We value things looking towards the future, looking towards the future. So similarly, when we talk about customer lifetime valuation, we think about customers as a mode of investment. We put money on customers, we invest in customers believing that they will give return in the future time. We have to value customer value just like shares. We do not buy share just on the basis of the profit and loss account of the company. The gross profit, the net profit is for the current period. Share prices are not determined by gross profit and net profit of any quarter or any financial year. The share prices are decided based on what is going to be the returns in the future. So same mindset has been planted into marketing management also. And there are some sound reasoning why it should be done. One of the reason is that how to value companies. So people have linked value of the companies to the value of the customer. Why so? Because nowadays multiple type of organizations are emerging, particularly in services sector, where you will be finding there are no significant physical asset. Zomato, Swiggy, Make My Trip, Sadi.com. These are the companies, they do not have any significant physical assets. So how to value these companies? So these companies are valued based on the customers, how many customers are acquired, how many retain, and those are valued. So people think about future. Ola, Uber, they got into a market which was, they built a market by burning a lot of cash. They did not make profits for many years. Even today, I doubt. So why did they do so? Are they fools? No, they valued the customer. They valued the customer base, and they tried to understand what will be the future profits. So it's a CLV is not just an operational thing, not just a tactical thing. Customer valuation is not just a fanciful tactical thing. It is emerging as a very big thing in the sense that it can be linked to the company's valuation. So the ownership, the shareholders would be interested in thinking about customers in terms of CLV, because many a times marketeers, marketing decision makers have to take loss making decisions, and the returns are expected to happen in the future. That way they manage the profit risk as well. So that is why valuation is important. We have to value the customer. Now let me see if I can do anything to write here something. Yeah, this line is drawn. Let me one more time. No, it's not working. So anyway, I have lots of PPT today. If PPT does not work, then I am going to be in a big trouble. Uh,
Hello, sir.
yes,
Yeah, sir. This is Vivek from Times 2.
yes.
So, what type of issue you are facing right now?
I have put a new monitor, and I started, you might have seen I was experimenting. I have two monitors. So
Okay.
anything, it is supposed that on one screen I can see the people, and another screen I can do my writing and PPT. It was
Okay.
working. But now
Okay.
what is happening? It is not happening. The second thing, I am trying to work with just one terminal by sharing PPT to write or something. But what
Mm-hmm.
is happening when I click share PPT? So PPT is shared, but the PPT is in the background.
Okay.
Background
Yeah,
that I
have you
cannot hide.
enabled editing in that PPT?
No, I have not done. You might have seen in the earlier classes, I was writing something on the PPT. Right now, I
Okay.
have to share the PPT, and let me see that whether this is not to write, but just to, this is PDF PPT. Let me say, no, it is not coming forward. So
So, it's a PDF PPT, right?
yeah, it is, no, the both
Have
PDF.
you downloaded it?
Oh, right now I did the PPT. In earlier instance, I had not done any PPT. It was the actual PPT. Let me see if I have
Okay.
replicated. So right now I have shared it, but the shared thing is not visible to me. The thing that I have shared is not visible to me. In any of the screens, it is not visible. One way is to
So
make
try
it.
to download it from the.
Okay, now I have
So
made it
try to
small.
download it.
Let me see. Is it PPT is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Now it is working. Okay, now I have found a workable solution. Okay, let's go. I can't see you actually. But anyways, that's not important. I can work with this. Now it's fine. Yeah, I can work with this much. I can work with this
Okay,
much,
sure.
and
Okay, sir.
I can work with. So what is the idea here? The idea of CLV is very simple. That when we invest in the bank, we invest in the bank to get something else. Invest or place money in the bank. So let you placed rupees 100 in the bank. Uh, you know, they're not right. So future value of money, what you are going to get in the future? Okay, after 1 year, suppose you are placing rupees 100, how much are you going to get? So you have present value multiplied by 1 plus interest rate. This is the formula that we have learned in our 10th standard or even 5th standard actually. So what is the present value? Suppose you invested rupees 100, which is your present value, and then you added 1 plus this interest rate. Suppose interest rate is 10%, it will be like this. Then what will be your future value? Future value will be equal to 110. All right. Now, suppose you want to know this value in future value in third year. Then what will be the value? 100 multiplied by 1 plus 0.1, 10% is your interest rate to the power 3. What will be this? It will be 100 multiplied by 1.1 to the power 3. What will be this value actually? 1.1 to the power 3. I have not done this calculation, but I do have a calculator here. Should I do that? If you can do it, multiplied by 1.1 multiplied by 1.1 is equal to 1.33. That's the value, 1.33. So this value will be equal to 100 multiplied by 1.33, and the meaning is that it will be 133 in the year 3. So suppose I have some future cash flow and I want to know the present value, then what will be my formula? My formula will be present value is equal to future value in period T divided by 1 plus discount rate, or you may say, now I can call it not interest rate, but discount rate to the power T. Okay, so this will be my new formula. I just have what I have done. I have pressed here to here and here to here. So if a customer has a lifetime, like 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, then one single term will not help actually. I need multiple terms. So future value 1 divided by 1 plus discount rate to the power 1 plus future value 2 divided by 1 plus discount rate to the power 2 plus future value third period discount 1 plus discount rate to the power 3, and likewise. So this will be my present value, and this present value is my CLV. So the meaning is that my CLV is equal to, I am using sigma so that I don't have to write this much, sigma future value to the power T divided by 1 plus I, which is interest rate, call it interest rate or discount rate, and this is T. T will be having some period. So let me change it. It will be like my profit from the customer in period T divided by 1 plus discount rate to the power T, and this is sigma and this is T. So this is my CLV formula, that formula that you have seen. So it is nothing. All of us deposit money with the banks. We know we deposit it for interest, but the same thing you invert it. If you turn upside down and start seeing thing from the same perspective, that in the future you are getting money which is not equal to current money, it should be discounted. Why? Because interest rate is involved. Then you will be talking about CLV, and it is a prudent thing that you will be saying that how I to discount the money. We have to discount the money because we need to use technical terms, right? Jargons, so that financial management people should take it seriously. If financial management will take things seriously, then they may allow to take risk. What is the major problem of marketing managers? Major problem of marketing managers is that they have to be short-term focused. It is not that they want to be short-term oriented. It is that circumstances force them to be short-term oriented. If marketing managers use the right type of metric, long-term metric, KPIs, and they talk with the management that this is my long-term metric and KPIs, please focus on this, then the management would yield and allow marketing managers to think long-term. Otherwise, they will not. They will be targeting just the monthly sales, quarterly sales. So the metric, the discourse of metric needs to be changed. The discourse of metric should be changed. If long-term KPI and metrics are not there, marketing managers will not be allowed to become long-term oriented. So this is important, politically important for marketing managers to draw when to get into this kind of calculations. So I have other things, but I want to focus on the core to start with. This is the formula, although written in much more complicated way, which I am going to share with you. It is the same thing. Do not get confused. Do not get confused. This is CLV This is profit in period T, which is multiplied by 1 divided by 1 plus delta. Delta is my discount rate. I separated it because it is called discount factor. This total thing is called discount factor, and this one individual thing is called discount rate. So there is a difference between discount rate and discount factor. And often I find it easy to use discount factor, and this is time period. So any question from this before moving ahead, because if I do not dwell on these things a little seriously, it will be a problem. But before that, I would like to take to another slide, which is important. What constitutes lifetime value or CLV? So here, if we see on the left hand side, we have recurring revenues, and we have recurring costs. Both of them will combine into gross contributions. Another information that we have a lifetime of a customer and we have discount rate, and this will give us lifetime profit. But in relationship marketing, we talk about customer acquisition, and as customer acquisition involves money. Yes, please.
Just
Yeah.
one question, sir. Discount rate is the discount which we are giving to the customers?
No, it is not that. Discount rate is the rate by which you are discounting the cash flow. Let me go back. This is my profit, all right? This profit is discounted by what? This discount rate, earlier it was 10%. So see, here what was the thing? Future value is equal to present value 1 plus interest rate to the power t,
Yes,
isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So this I is called interest rate because it is increasing your money. Yes. But when I am taking this as a denominator, future value divided by 1 plus I to the power t, now this is penalty because it is denominator. It is going, a future value is going to be divided and future value will be less. See, 100 rupees today is not equal to 100 rupees tomorrow.
Yes,
it
sir.
should be more. Tomorrow, you see, I am giving you 100 rupees today and 100 rupees 1 year down the line. Which one option you will be accepting? 100
Today.
rupees today, not tomorrow, because that you can
Value is
deposit a
value at
bank. Yeah. But suppose I am giving you, forcing you to take 100 rupees tomorrow. I have taken a loan from you, 100 rupees, and I am asking you to that I am going to give you 100 rupees return tomorrow after 1 year. What you will say? What you will say? You will say, no. 100 rupees tomorrow is not equal to 100 rupees today. You have to pay more. You have to pay by interest rate, 10%. Yeah, you'll be saying discount rate. I am going to discount the money, 100 rupees you are going to give me. So 100 rupees, suppose if I am forcing you that, yes, I am going to give you 100 rupees tomorrow. Then you will do calculation, 100, 10% is interest rate. To 1 year down the line, I am going to give you 100 rupees. What it will be equivalent to current value in terms of current value. So you will be dividing 100 rupees divided by 1 plus 10%. 1 divided by 100 divided by 1.1. Yeah. And you will be reducing that. Yeah. So that is why it is called discount. Interest is added. Discount is taken away. Isn't it? So what I said, we are taking things in inverted way. This is the bank's way of thinking. Give me 100 rupees. Tomorrow I'll be going to give you 200 rupees. Yeah. But here you say that, okay, you are going to give me 200 rupees 3 years down the line. No, it is not equal to 200 rupees today. I am going to discount it. Yeah, that is why it is called discount rate. Yeah, okay, I hope I am explaining. But there are some prudent reason to do that. The prudent reason is another thing. The companies work with money. Money is not theirs. Money is taken from the bank, shareholders, short-term loans, long-term loans, debentures. Owners have invest the money. So no company, like they take money from someone. So that has to be returned back with interest. So cost of capital is involved. So that is also taken into account. So the meaning is that the larger meaning is that when we are prudent, we are using complex jargons of financial managers. They take us seriously and it opens the path for us. That's the thing, isn't it? So let us, Samir has a question. Yes, yes.
Professor, I have a question. Say, every customer, like, no, will not be engaged in the similar fashion the way he engaged in his first month or first year of acquisition. Say,
Yes,
suppose first year, he might us give a higher revenue.
yes,
Second year onwards, we might see some kind of some decreasing trend, right?
yes,
How
yes.
we incorporate those things while calculating CLV? That was my first point.
Mhm.
Second thing, can we safely assume that discount rate is more or less like a inflation?
No, no. See, take one question at a time. You have asked very important question, and that I'm going to explain with example. I have a detailed example. Yeah, detailed example.
Okay.
There are, see, what I said that this idea, this concept should be applicable. So if you give your context, then I will make it applicable. Data has to be organized in such a way that these things are addressed. The problem you are saying that customers uh, transactions or business with a marketeer is not a constant, it is a variable. If it is a variable, that problem has to be addressed. Otherwise, this formula is not going to be used. So that is another area. That is another area. That is why many people know it, but I doubt that many people would be able to apply this thing in their context. So we have to take a practical example, a detailed example. So I have a detailed example. So that is going to address it. So first understand the basics before moving to the detailed example. I have an example of insurance industry because last day somebody talked about this thing. And insurance industry has not many complications that you have to give back some money and there some discounts are there, some more realistic situation, not textbook situation, which is very simplistic. So how to address that? That's I have an example of that. Okay, that's one thing. Second thing about discount rate. Discount rate is another area, and discount rate can be taken from the finance accounts department because somebody told about the startup. Startup is running on some money. They have to return some money back. Yeah. So the meaning is that cost of capital is involved. So cost of capital is a little complicated concept. Then you can ask the financial management that what is the cost of capital that you can use. It is not about inflation. No, no, no. It's a time value of money is there. You have to take into account the inflationary factor also. There are other things also. You may be operating in very risky situation. Your business is very risky. Too many things are at stake. You cannot be optimistic. You have to be pessimistic, very orthodox, very conservative. In that case, forcefully, you will be having high discount rate. Prudence of a decision maker. So discount rate is determined by lot many factors. Marketeers prudence, financial management prudence, inflation you can include that also as well. Inflation you can include as well. All these things. Or you may say that this much of profit I want at least because I need this much of money to grow, plow back into the business. A startup will say, see, my company is very new. I have to expand. I am a growing baby. I have to eat a lot. So my discount rate will be 50%. Why? Because if that much money I do not plow back into my business, I would not grow. I would become stagnant and I may be destroyed. So the different ways of discounting might be there, isn't it? There you can play with that. You have to decide that how much you want to discount, how much orthodox you want to be, how much strict you want to be. If you want to be very strict, keep discount rate high. This is another thing. That's you asked another advanced question. That's good. Let us take simpler things first of all. Oh, I have a small example. So I have some example is like this. Uh, I have average retention rate. Like I will be talking about that. But the thing is that the biggest problem here is about sigma. How many terms should be there in this
Every
sigma?
class shall be
How many terms should be there in the sigma? So there are some basic things that we need to know. I will be coming to that later on. But before that, the term why is most important is retention rate. What is retention rate? Retention rate is at what rate are you keeping your customer? He said that only new customers are there. Take. So he is saying that 80% of the customers are new customers. Mayank said, 80%
Yes,
are
yes.
the new customers. All right. He said, all right. But what is retention rate? Retention rate is equal to number of customers in period T divided by number of customers in period T minus 1. Yeah, this is my retention rate. So he's saying 80% new customers are there. There may be many reasons, and 20% are old customer, isn't it? If the size is constant, base is constant, so there are other entry cases. Actually, we calculate retention rate mostly on cohort, but cohort are fixed. They are not dynamic. The meaning is that class is a cohort. Once a class is created, no new member can enter inside. People can leave the class, but no new member should come inside. So the meaning is that it is a cohort. So cohort at the membership happens because of some reasons. They might be acquired in January or February. So Netflix will say customers acquired in the month of January is one cohort. So if this Netflix is there in month of Jan, they acquired 100 customers. All right, in Feb they have 80 customers. In March they have 40 customers. So I want retention rate over here. Here retention rate will be 80 divided by 100. Here retention rate will be 40 divided by 80. So the meaning is that here 80% is the retention rate, and here 50% is the retention rate. Oh, all right. So this is there. So retention rate is the likelihood that the customer will purchase during the period T, provided he has purchased during the period before T minus 1. Number of customer remaining in period T divided by number of customers in period T minus 1 multiplied by 100. All right, these are my retention rate. But suppose customer base is fixed and 80% customers are new, only 20 customers are surviving. The meaning is that his retention rate is 20%. So in modern day marketing in USA, if you have a subscription based system or service business and retention rate is 20%, the manager will be angry because this metric is being accepted or taken into regard a lot actually in Western countries, and it's growing actually. There is no looking back actually. This will be emerged as a pivotal metric. It's for sure. It has a found a traction. It's not going to go. It is going to go become stronger and stronger day by day. We also have to force to use it. So this is the thing here. So manager will be angry. Hey, your retention rate is so poor. You are a bad manager. In India, still there will be that. Okay, your sales target is achieved. Okay, you are a good manager. But in USA, in many business models and many companies as well, including Netflix, if they no, your retention rate is falling, your incentive will be taken away. You are acquiring garbage customers. You are wasting my money in acquiring customers. You are giving free gifts to Tom, Dick, and Harry, and you are causing cost to me. So this is the beauty of retention rate, that this should be added because businesses are changing. Businesses are becoming a relationship business. Everybody is looking to keep customers. It is profitable to keep customers. So because business is changing, the metrics should change also. It is not that how much revenue you have made. It is also important that how much have you retained? How much have you retained? Now, okay, what should I do with this information? 20%, 30%? I have do one thing. I can find average customer lifetime. Why? Because I have to find the value of sigma. How many terms? So what is average customer life? Average customer, average lifetime of customer, average lifetime, I call it ALT. I 100 grams I averaged it. Okay, I have average lifetime is equal to 1 divided by churn rate is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus retention rate. Why? Because churn rate is equal to 1 minus retention rate. We already understood what is retention rate. Now we have to understand churn rate. Churn rate is just the opposite side of retention rate. Now, we have often heard about this adage, glass half full or half empty. Yeah. So if I am talking about fuller side, I am talking about retention. If I am talking about empty side, I am talking about churn rate, churn. Okay, let me. There are different names. You can understand in literal terms also. Churn means it is going away. Retention means it is retained. Some books, some situation may use different terms, isn't it? Because they consider it as a literal term. So you should be open to get that idea also. Churn rate. So he is saying, Mayank is saying that his retention rate is 20%. What is average lifetime? Suppose per annum retention rate is 20%. What is average lifetime of a customer? Average lifetime will be 1 divided by 1 minus 0.2 is equal to 1 divided by 0.8 is equal to how much?
1.0 something.
1.2.
2.
1.2?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to do it in detail. This will be 100 and this will be 80, this will be 25, this will be
1.25.
yeah, this will be 5 by 4. 5 by 4. So
1.25.
1.25. Okay. 1.25 period. Okay. So period we have to be careful about whether you should be thinking about quarterly, monthly. Suppose you have a milkman. Milkman you pay weekly. So he will consider retention rate in weeks term. Newspaper wala, you pay monthly. He will be thinking about retention rate in monthly terms. Monthly lifetime. Yeah. And suppose somebody is paying to Netflix quarterly. So they will be thinking about retention in quarterly terms. If someone is paying yearly, people will be thinking about retention rate in yearly terms. Car companies will be thinking differently, but cars do not have subscription as such. So they might not think, although they only for service thing they may be thinking. So this way they will be thinking. So if you have a good retention rate, average customer lifetime will be more and profit from the customer will be more. So let us go down to the example, small example. Small example is this. Your average retention rate is 0.75. What it means, your average lifetime is 4 years. Why? Because 1 divided by 1 minus 0.75 is equal to 4. On average, customer is going to stay 4. Some will stay more and less, but if you calculate average, it will be exactly 4. All right. Now you have average profit per unit time is 100 monetary terms. Discount rate is 10%. So let me do it the calculation. I have, because I already know that average lifetime is 4 years. Why to worry? Why to worry? I know that I have found, I am astrologer, I have found this. Now year 1, 2, 3, 4. My average profit 100, 100, 100, 100. All right. And my discount rate is 10% and these are more discount factor. So what is discount factor? Discount factor in period T divided by 1 plus discount rate to the power T. So this is discount rate, this is discount factor. Discount factor we multiply. So these are discount factors. So I multiplied these two things. I multiplied these two things, I multiplied these two things, I multiplied and then add them all. And this is sum. This is my CLV. This is my CLV. So if you know the average profits and if you know the average retention rate, you can project it into future. You will say it is useless. No. Big company, big brains in the world. Let me tell you, the topmost brains in valuation, for share valuations are using it and they have started valuing customer bases, the topmost minds. So he will come to you it's no point of taking it with lack of seriousness. Yes, there is a question. Yes, I'm okay. Yeah, please. Question.
Uh, Professor, I have one question here.
Yes.
Say, I'll take it from the industry where I'm working. Say, in broking, on an average, suppose we are acquiring a lakh customer every month, right?
Yes.
And every month we are losing some customer. Some of customer, like, no, they are able to place order, and
Hmm.
some are the junk customer, they never place the order, right?
Okay.
Now, when we are calculating CLV, do we have to consider all set of customer, or the customer who have actually given some kind of revenue, right? First question is that. Can I add another
No,
question here?
no. First, let me understand. You are asking that customers do not get into transaction every period of interest, maybe quarterly or monthly. Is that
Yeah,
what you are?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yes, I understand. Yes. Next.
Next was, say, we are into, let's say, if I wanted to really calculate CLV, right? If we
Mm-hmm.
have acquired a customer in January, some customer, like, no, and some of the customer, they have placed the order in January.
Mm-hmm.
Some got, like, no, from January to February, we have lost some set of customer. By the year end, hardly 20-25% customers, they actually continuously placing the order. So
Mm-hmm.
when we talk about retention rate, shall
Mm-hmm.
we consider retention rate is only 25%, or we have to consider first month it was 80% and then gradually we have reduced it to 25%?
Okay. See, let me explain to this. See, let me take the second question. Let me take the second question. See, what retention we are asking, what type of retention rate is good retention rate? Is that so?
Yeah. So monthly, should we consider while calculating retention rate, should we go monthly retention, or should we consider yearly retention?
Okay, so you ask many questions. These are typical questions actually. Uh, See, first of all, start with the third question. We have to identify unit of analysis. Unit time of analysis. Unit time of analysis called average inter-purchase time. So average inter-purchase time you need to know in different businesses, different industry, it is different. Just now I explained. For newspaper seller, it will be different. Netflix, it will be different. Brokering company may be thinking differently. So you have to decide. So average inter-purchase time also you can calculate. All these metrics are data driven. That on an average, how much time a typical customer takes to get into another transaction. So if you know that average inter-purchase time, then you can know the retention rate. For example, a newspaper. We take pay to the newspaper wala yearly. All right. So 1 year billing, year not monthly. 1 month billing happened, next month did not happen. Meaning is that customer is gone. So suppose if you pay Dudwala or anybody on a daily basis, you are paying and not paying. The meaning is that customer is lost. But this is not true for Netflix or Amazon Prime. For Amazon Prime, we pay yearly. So they will be thinking differently. So that way we have to understand this thing. Average inter-purchase time we have to understand. So that you have to decide with prudence. Second thing, what you asked in the question about retention, what is a good retention rate actually? See, I tell a story. Zomato. Yeah, have you invested money in Zomato or any one of you working in Zomato with Zomato? I will be coming. Let me stop share right now. Any one of you working with Zomato? I don't want to tell that story. See, in USA, smart people found a new way of making money. They starting startups. So startup was app, yeah, no physical assets. And they would acquire customers in huge numbers by burning cash taking from the venture capitalist. Venture capitalist will give money. They will start Tom, Dick, and Harry subscription business. Take food, take Rager, Dollar Plus, and Dollar Club, whatever. They have huge number of companies open, and they listed themselves on NSE. So their revenue was very good. The revenue was excellent because everybody was running after discounts, 50% off, 75% off. Will not subscribe. Everybody will subscribe. Revenue will be high, obviously. However, nobody was focusing on acquisition cost and retention rate. People were availing the discounts and they were running away. So think what term was used, which is called acquisition treadmill. Treadmill in gym, if we run very fast like a horse or faster than horse, still we will be standing at the same place. We will not move in an inch. That is the wonder of beauty of treadmill. So similarly, in companies, they were acquiring customers and they were not retaining, and they will fake in a fake way. They were showing that, see, my revenue is growing and growing, and new venture capitalists were coming in and pumping in money, and this all those company went to share market because even venture capitalists wanted money, their money back. Even venture capitalists were aware that this is a scam. Okay, they went there. So then marketing people, some top scholars realized it, and they got in journal that these are some bogus things, and their valuations are bogus, and share prices crashed. Their top regulators made it mandatory that all these metrics, your transaction retention rate and all these things should be declared. Why? Because the people who are investing in such businesses can value the customer and can decide that what should be the appropriate share prices. So they're in filings, just like we have a quarterly filing and annual filing to SEBI. They have their SSC equivalent to SEBI, and NSC is there. So they have made a rule mandatory that these metrics should be told to the public. And there are many companies who regularly inform it. That the question is, what is a good thing? The good will be told by the ownership that this much of retention rate should be there because share prices are going to crash, isn't it? So what is the good retention rate is a very complex question, because a lot of decision makers are there. Then they will be telling that, yeah, I want this much. Yeah. So the meaning is that retention rate is observed. Retention rate is seen by the ownership. In India, people were not aware. People went to Zomato, invested money, and only recently Zomato made some money. Zomato was totally in loss and loss and loss. Yes. So, but Zomato are a hardworking company. I'm not criticizing them. Everybody has the right to make money. I have no problem. But this is the way business operates actually. So this what is appropriate? Appropriate is that if your retention rate is low, then you will not be able to recoup your money, acquisition cost. Retention rate should be good enough so that you can recover the cost. For example, Uber, Ola gave 50% off in the initial ride. They give money to driver, they give money to customers, riders. Now, how that money is going to be collected? That money is going to be collected when customers got into repeated transaction for certain number of times. So you know the threshold that this much of retention I must have, otherwise I will not be able to recover my cost. Same applies to Zomato. So first of all, whatever money you are investing to acquire customer, that has to be realized. So lifetime should that be that much. But suppose you are living hand to mouth, that no, I have nothing to realize. My gross margin is good enough. Then don't worry about retention rate. Huh? You just sold and you realize you are, if I am selling hand to mouth living, the meaning is that my gross margin should cover my cost. I am not acquiring customer. I am not into relationship building. I am not into holding customer into a bond or strong bond. Then it's not, retention rate is not important. But whenever you are investing in people, the retention rate should be such that at least you should recover your cost. You should recover your cost. And then you have other goals. Okay, it should be such that that my venture capitalist may be happy. Yeah, now if you want money from the banks and venture capitalists, they ask this metric. They ask for this. Yeah, if you do business, so the companies have yardstick now. They say that this much of retention rate should be there. In foreign country, they are very strict. Suppose if I have a SaaS company and I go to venture capitalist that give me money, they will say Salesforce.com has this much of retention rate. If you do not have this kind of retention rate, we will not give money to you. So industry-wise benchmark is also there. So it is a complicated question that how much retention rate should be there. So one needs, it's a big area actually. You can learn in many classes. One class is not sufficient. So I am giving you anecdotal evidence just to understand that how to decide that what should be the retention rate. But we have to be mindful that I am talking about cohort level retention rate. If it is not cohort, your entire customer base is there. There is a way to model it. It is slightly complicated. You may encounter it. I'm not going to discuss it, but you have to be open to that idea also. That if customer base is dynamic, then how to calculate retention rate. Basically, we have to think in cohorts term because you have insiders data. If insider data is not there, then people go for other ways of model it. But managers do have insiders data because they are the owner of data. So they don't face this problem. So they create cohort. I will be talking about cohort again. That's fine. And the
Yeah.
first question, there if it is they are getting into transaction, then they are not getting into transaction. Now, these are data-driven metric. You cannot calculate retention rate for one individual. To calculate retention rate, you need a customer base. Are you getting my point, what I'm saying?
So, Professor, my question was, say, suppose
Yeah.
we have acquired 1 lakh customer. Out
Yes,
of 1 lakh customer, 50% have placed their first trade within first 30 days of account opening, and
yes.
rest 50% they have never placed any order, or maybe you can say that those are the junk customer which we have acquired, but they are not yielding any result.
Hey, that is possible. Yes. The meaning is
So
that you
in that situation, when if we are calculating CLV, should we consider entire 1 lakh ka base,
yes,
or we
yes,
should consider
yes,
only?
yes, entire. Yes. We
Okay.
need to elaborate on this. See, the meaning is
Professor, I have one question. Sorry.
yes.
Just a minute back, you said like no, the moment customer become like no, we are able to recover the cost of acquisition, which means a break-even point. Uh, should we consider that as a like no a point where like no from that onwards we can that is the retention rate ideally we should consider.
True, true.
Okay.
Let me give see my what will happen to my example. Maybe my example will take another day because it is important concept. I don't mind actually in taking time. Let me give you another example because I am understanding your curiosity and it must be others' curiosity also if they want to apply in their own situation. So it has to be addressed in a way. That if the customer, why should I talk like that? Let me go down, get back to the same PPT again. See, this is my acquisition rate. Okay, so full picture. Why he's saying that customers are not transacting? Yeah. So should I do about that? See, this is acquisition rate. Suppose you targeted 100 customers. All right, you got only 10 customers. What is your acquisition rate? 10%. All right. There is a core thing which is called customer acquisition cost. What is customer acquisition cost? Let me explain this very well. You know your targeting cost. Suppose your targeting cost is rupees 10 per customer. Okay, rupees 10 per customer your targeting cost. So what is your customer acquisition cost? Suppose your acquisition rate is 10%, your customer acquisition rate will be 10 divided by 10% is equal to 10 divided by 0.1 is equal to rupees 100. Getting my point? What I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes.
See, so the meaning is that on 100 customers, you spend rupees 10 and you will be thinking that, okay, my targeting cost is just rupees 10. No, it is not because you just have acquired 10 customer, 10%. So targeting cost divided by your acquisition rate will give you so rupees 100. The meaning is that you spend how much? 100 divided multiplied by 10 divided by 10, the rupees 100. Now this rupees 100 has to be realized. 100 has to be realized from 10 customers. Now you have 10 customers and you are in debt of how much?
Shouldn't it be
1000 rupees.
1,000 rupees? Because he's targeted 100 customers, and each customer
Yes.
the marketing cost was 10 rupees. So for
Yes.
that he spent 1,000 rupees, and from that he's
Yes.
okay.
So
So
this you have
he
to
acquired
realize.
10 customers, so acquiring cost would be 100
But
rupees. Okay,
what
sir.
is saying that out of 10, 6 customer never places order. All right. Only one order they placed, and in that one order, he managed to get profit of rupees 20. Okay, so he is in a loss of 80. So the meaning is that he is in loss of 6 into 80,
480 rupees.
480 rupees he has to recover from the remaining 4 people. So it will be too tight. These remaining 4 people should give him 480 rupees so that he may get into green zone. So when he's saying, should we include that? Yes, you have to include that. Otherwise, you will never be having good picture of the, you will never be knowing that, okay, you are making actually losses. It will be hidden. You are just looking at the top line and only the prices and not about what you are, where you are bleeding. So that will not be a good idea. So everybody has to be counted. Everything has to be counted, nothing ignored. Now you'll be saying that it is variable. So variable things should be averaged. An average is a beautiful number. Your retention rate is also one average, is also an average. So what I was saying that no, retention rate is variable. We see retention rate is calculated over a base. It is not individuals. I can calculate individuals retention rate also. There are complex probability models. But yeah, that is outside the zone. You would not like to do that actually. So, but there are, everything is possible, but for that advanced mathematics has to be used. But here, but nobody uses that. Yeah, no, everybody does it. Some computer softwares are there, they do it. But the conceptually, the bare minimum we have to understand. The bare minimum will help us in understanding everything, isn't it? Other things only statistics people know. We not even marketing, we not even finance people know that. But statistics people know that. So it is not your problem. Something which nobody knows, only few know, you should not bother about that. Something which everyone knows, you should also know. All right, so this is the thing. Okay, but the thing is that let us get into a kind of example. I do not think I would be able to cover the example. I have to take the another class actually. Okay. It's good actually. It's not a thing. I have other small metrics actually, so it's not a big deal. Whatever has happened is good actually. My thing is this. I am going to share this with you also, but yeah, they say that no, yeah, you cannot share if it is open. So first of all, let me share with you. Then I will be doing the next thing. Yeah, I have shared the data with you. Right. Let me share. Okay, it is this data. Now, this is a motor insurance company. Now, whatever I'm describing, it is their way of approaching things. You can have your own ways of approaching things. It is their way of approaching things. Yeah, different approaches may reach to different results, but all companies have different realities. They live in different realities. In some ways, have to be found to start with, and then that has to be improved. That is the way to go. Now, there is a motor vehicle insurance companies. They thought that this is the way to address it. So what are the information here? Let me explain. Acquisition cost, you understand. Per customer acquisition cost is given $500. Ongoing cost, operating cost. So customer does not stay for free. They have to be served. So there are operational cost involved, which is $100. All right. Then the referral bonus. The meaning is that this company engages into referral marketing. A satisfied customers can bring in new customers. And if a customer brings in new customer, he will be rewarded with a discount of $50 or he will be given $50 in hand, whatever. So $50 is the cost of such a referral program. I was talking about discount rate, which is 8%, which is indicated at the WAC. This is weighted average cost of capital. So this is a cost of capital. That's fine. I have no issue with that cost of capital. And you can have other things. So these are the basics. I hope you understand all these terms. Cost of capital is nothing but my discount rate. This is my discount rate and nothing else. You're
So, Professor, can we assume that whatever investment we have done for
yes,
acquiring a particular customer, and
yes,
that cost, like no, we have lost the interest, that considered as a discount rate, right? Say suppose prevailing interest rate is 8%. For
yes, yes.
acquiring certain set of customer, I have invested 1 crore rupees. Till the time it get recovers, I'll be losing out 8% interest. That is called discount rate, right?
No, you are describe discount rate in detail also. See, let me explain it. People join later on, they miss it. And okay, acquisition cost, I explain. Targeting cost is different. Acquisition cost is different. I give an example.
Yes,
Acquisition
yes.
rate, okay. From there, acquisition cost, they are not talking about fixed cost. I am talking about customer analytics. Customer is the unit of analysis. I am not bothered about factory fixed cost and this cost and that cost. My customer is my investment. My investment in share is my that much only. So my investment is acquisition cost. This is my investment, net investment. Okay. So that I found. That's I am happy. Now, as far as discount rate is concerned, I told you that there are many reasons why profits should be discounted. Profit should be discounted because of time value of money. You yourself said inflation. You want to be orthodox. You are working in risky business. You are a startup. You need a lot of money to grow, to sustain, to expand. There may be many reasons. But here the reason is WACC, which is most prudent. Weighted average cost of capital. Why? Because if some company is financed by a capital structure, some money is taken from short-term loan, long-term loan, interest rates are different, venture capitalist, and there are preferential shares and there are shares that dividend has to be given, all collected and average is 8%. That's all. So you can keep it 8%, 50%. You are a startup, you can make it 50%. That's the discount rate. Discount rate is that you are discounting the profit. The future profit should not be taken as it is if you are prudent, because future is always risky. Things may happen, things may not happen. In share market, what we say, take more risk, more.
Professor, this means, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, this means rupees 100 today is not going to be 100 tomorrow. So, which is why we are discounting it so that we are
yes,
prepared.
yeah, this is simpler thing. I hope, yeah, you I hope you. So in share marketing, we say that we are taking more risk, so we want more return. Why? Because your discount is more strictly. Yeah, so you have to still
Yeah.
discount it. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, we have two in other information that customers are in these age brackets. They have further classified customers. They have thought it differently. I am not criticizing them, but there can be so more sophisticated ways. But this is wonderful way. It's not sophisticated, but it is very wonderful and creative. And it's done by management accountant. By the way, it's not done by this marketing manager. All right, so these are the age brackets. In these age brackets, there are these many customers are there. That's good. I'm happy. 13,000 customer here, and all those all along. And we have average premium. Premium 1, premium 2, 3, 4, all these things. So they pay different premiums. You know, in insurance, they based on the age or some other health insurance or what clause, people pay differently. And the lowest premium is from 64 to 75. So obviously, just by going by the premium, 18 to 24 people might appear to be very, very attractive, very, very attractive. All right. And 65 to 74 may be appearing to be more least attractive. And 75 plus is actually a little into whatever. Loss ratio. Loss ratio is that this much of premium on an average is taken away by giving them servicing their claims. Loss ratio is the claims actually. Is a claim settlement. So these may much of percentage is taken away. Oh, so this information is hidden from us. Huh? So the only revenue is not going to help us. Then average no claim bonus. But suppose somebody was not actually claiming any damage, then they have to be given some kind of bonus next year. So this much of discount has to be given from the average premium. From average premium, this much of amount is going to be taken away. And the defection rate is given. Defection rate is nothing but my churn rate. And I already have discussed that this defection rate is going to give me what? This defection rate is going to give me average lifetime. So 20%. See, it is like Mayank's company, I think. 20% is the no. His 80% is the churn rate
20%.
actually. Yeah, it's just inverted. So churn rate is 20% is quite super. It will be like 1 by 0.2 will be like 5 years. Here, my average lifetime will be 5 years, all right. Okay, so 5 years, but the customers change actually with time. Just like what Samir said. So to take care of that, they are talking about tenure category. If a customer stays for 1 year, he behaves in a one way. If a customer stays for 2 more years, year 2 and 3, he behaves differently. If a customer stays for 4 to 5 years, he behaves differently. Customer stays for 6 to 7 years, he behaves differently. And customer stays up till 14 years, 14 plus, he behaves very differently. So what Samir said is being captured by these very fellows in their own way. They applied their mind and they developed a way to do that. Now, what is the how they behave differently? They behave differently in these very terms. In these very terms, and what are these terms? Let us notice it. Just to highlight it, nothing, no other purpose. Average cost saving. Yes, first year no cost saving. Second year, third year 4%, 8%. So what cost? This cost is saved. See, ongoing operating cost here. Yeah, see here. This cost is saved. Let me make it red also. Yeah, this cost is saved. Why? Because a savvy customer, a knowledgeable customer will not call up your office time and again and bother you. They are not going to call up and time and again and bother you. So you will be relaxed. Your call center and your phone people and all those people would relax, and you would be saving time. So with some way it is possible to find that out. Then average percentage of customers providing referrals. So new customers are not going to provide any referrals, particularly in the financial business. In some businesses, it is possible. However, in insurance, referrals are very important because agents actually operate with referrals. So here, as a relationship grows older, more referrals are possible. Yeah, if you have if a financial agent, a financial advisor has a very close relationship with a client, he may be very inclined to help with taking the name of their family members, but otherwise not. So that's the situation will be there. So this is there. And average revenue growth, in the beginning, the revenue growth per customer is less, but if a customer stays, so their revenue actually increase, and it is in guidance. So this way, the behavior of customers are depicted in different way. Now this has to be captured. The most important thing is not what we are going to do. The most important thing here is whether are you keeping such data. Financial management department may not keep such data. As a marketing manager, you have to create such systems where you would be capturing such data and have keeping you at a table that we can understand that how things are emerging months, weeks, years. And if you have such data, you can do further calculation. Now is a big problem. The thing is that I cannot address it in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, at least 30 minutes it is going to take, but not very big 30 minutes.
Hello, sir. I'm sorry, this is Amit. So most of the people are working and in a group also. We even wrote, the time is over. If we can have this session on Saturday in detail, that would be great.
So let's see. Next Thursday we'll be taking. I am going to India, isn't it? I have shared my statement is very good. You told me I don't want to take one extra minute. All right. I'm going to India. My request is try to solve it. Okay. I
Sure.
am
Thank you.
sharing the PPT with you as well. I am going to share the PPT with you also. Try to, because then my job will be a lot easier. All right. Next day, we will be solving it with fresher mind. Saturday thing, I do not know. It's beyond my control. And I would have loved it. Classes would have been on Saturday and simultaneously two classes. Yeah. Anyways, so it is good that we are ending here. because you will be getting times to reflect and you will be getting opportunity to think of question because it has to be applied at your pace. My goal is that you should be able to apply it. So try to solve it in your own way. Yeah. And we'll be learning the next, then I'll be consulting with you. Otherwise, it will appear to be very boring actually. So try to solve it. So I am ending here. Yeah. Thursday we'll be meeting. Try to solve it. Excel sheet is there, PPT is there. Try to solve it. That's all. Yeah.
Sir, are
Just
you sharing the Excel now? Because we haven't received it yet.
Okay, you have not received Excel.
No.
Let me do it again. Let me do it.
Yeah, and it would be great if you can share the PPT also.
Hi Baba, abhi PPT hai 18, 19. Let me share the Excel sheet again. Okay. PPT there 2 times I have, yeah.
PPT, sir, we have received.
Yeah, okay, okay. I have okay. So do it, spend 5-10 minutes and try just to run and try to think in terms of your own organization so that I can take question. I have some interesting other things to discuss, smaller things. That's good. You should be able to do it. That's my goal. Okay, so you can take a leave and we can.
We are waiting. We haven't received the Excel file, just got the
Hey,
PPT.
Bob, I shared it right now. It is visible to
Sir,
me.
I think you have to select
It's
to
now.
everyone.
No,
I
no,
think
it,
it's
it just
selected to
it
IM
just came.
Studio.
Okay,
It
sorry.
just came.
Now it is
It
available.
just came,
Yeah,
it just
in
came,
studio
sir.
they have
It just
shared.
came, sir.
Yeah. Okay,
Correct.
thank you.
Correct.
Yeah, what
Thank
is
you.
okay? This is
Thanks,
done by.
Professor.
Thank you. Okay, so let me
Thank you.
have a good night. Good night.